Best of Egypt, Jordan, and Jerusalem, a 13-day travel story by Alice Phillips. Day 1, arrival in Cairo, touchdown in timelessness. The Cairo night wrapped around me like a silk scarf as I stepped out of the airport. Even at this hour, the city buzzed gently, golden lights shimmering in the haze above the palm trees. My tour manager greeted me with a warm smile and effortless grace, and before I knew it, I was weaving through Cairo's lively streets en route to the hotel. I couldn't believe I was finally here. Egypt summary of the day. Arrival in Cairo. My heart was already dancing with anticipation. Day 2. Pyramids, the Sphinx, and the Grand Egyptian Museum. There are moments that imprint on your soul. Standing before the great pyramids of Giza was one of them. Their scale is humbling, their mystery magnetic. The Sphinx, majestic and stoic, watched over us as if she knew all our secrets. Afterward, lunch at a traditional Egyptian restaurant grounded me back to earth, just in time to be lifted again by the wonder of the Grand Egyptian Museum. The artifacts seemed to whisper ancient tales from behind the glass. Summary of the day. I stared into the eyes of eternity, and she looked back. Day 3. Fly to Aswan, High Dam, Philae Temple, and unfinished obelisk. A morning flight to Aswan, and suddenly the Nile stretched before me like a living painting. The High Dam stood proudly, a feat of modern ambition. But it was Philae Temple that stole my breath. The island setting, the symmetry, the soft echo of ancient devotion. At the unfinished obelisk, I ran my hand along its silent story, half-carved and wholly captivating. Summary of the day. Temples and stone met river and soul. Day 4. Abu Simbel Temples. We departed early, the desert stretching like a golden sea. And then Abu Simbel! Colossal statues of Ramesses II stood like inside. The walls pulsed with history, scenes of battles, gods and pharaohs. I lingered, trying to take in every detail. These temples weren't just monuments, they were legacies. Summary of the day. Abu Simbel wasn't just a visit, it was a pilgrimage. Day 5. Kom Ombo and Edfu temples. Nile cruise begins. Our cruise sailed smoothly toward Kom Ombo, where crocodiles once roamed, and gods Sobek and Heroris reigned. The dual design of the temple fascinated me. Later in Edfu, the Temple of Horus loomed impressively. Its carvings were exquisite, like ancient comic strips chiseled in stone. Afternoon tea on the deck brought calm after wonder. Summary of the day. I floated between worlds, my own and that of ancient gods. Day 6. Luxor West Bank, Valley of the Kings, Hatshepsut Temple, Colossi of Memnon. Today we crossed into the afterlife, or so it felt. The Valley of the Kings held a silence that whispered of eternity. Inside the tombs, hieroglyphs glowed under soft lighting, colors still vibrant after millennia. Hatshepsut's temple felt regal, almost defiant in its symmetry, and the Colossi of Memnon, giant, weather guardians of memory. Summary of the day. Death never felt so alive. Day 7. Karnak and Luxor temples. Fly to Cairo. Karnak is a cathedral of columns, towering, intricate, magnificent. I walked beneath them in awe, imagining the processions that once passed here. Luxor Temple had a more intimate grandeur, glowing warmly in the morning light. After the visits, I boarded my flight back to Cairo, the temples still dancing in my mind. Summary of the day. The gods were architects of light and stone. Day 8, fly to Amman, Jordan. A quiet travel day, but a significant shift. From Cairo to Amman, the landscape changed, but the promise of discovery remained. My new hotel in Amman welcomed me with fresh mint tea and a breeze through the window that smelled of ancient hills. Summary of the day. Transitioning landscapes, same soul-deep curiosity. Day 9. Jerish and the Dead Sea. Jerish, Roman grandeur in the heart of Jordan. Walking the colonnaded streets, I could almost hear sandals on stone. The oval plaza shimmered under the sun, a perfect stage for ghosts of gladiators. Then to the Dead Sea, floating effortlessly, laughing like a child and covering myself in silky mud. Summary of the day. Ancient stone and healing salt. What a combination. Day 10. Petra didn't just live up to the hype, it shattered it. The walk through the Sikh was a suspenseful prelude, and when the treasury revealed itself, my breath caught in my chest. Every facade carved into rose-colored cliffs told a silent story. I traced my fingers along the past, in awe of what hands could create from rock. Summary of the day. I met a wonder, and it welcomed me. Day 11. Free day in Amman. I took this day slow. A quiet morning coffee on a rooftop. Wandering souks where spices danced in the air. Watching locals barter with joyful intensity. I scribbled notes in my journal from a cafe terrace, the city humming around me. Summary of the day. Stillness can also be an adventure. Day 12. Jerusalem tour. Crossing into Jerusalem, the sacredness was palpable. From the Mount of Olives, the old city shimmered with centuries of faith. At Gethsemane, I felt rooted. The Wailing Wall stirred something deep. Grief, hope, reverence. The dome of the rock gleamed like a jewel. And the Via Dolorosa led me through narrow alleys to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, where time seemed to stand still. Summary of the day. My footsteps followed millennia of prayers. Day 13, departure from Amman. The journey ended where so many began, in a cradle of civilizations. My suitcase felt heavier with memories, my heart fuller than I could have imagined. Summary of the day. I came searching for history. I found pieces of myself. Alice Phillips, travel blogger, memory collector, eternal wanderer, write something. Roo!